can I get for me to get the agenda open? I just can't get it open.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Rapid City Legal and Finance Committee meeting for June 15th. I'd like to start with a roll call and determination of quorum, please. Thank you. Next on the agenda is to adopt today's agenda. I'll entertain a motion to adopt the agenda as presented. Got a motion by Nordstrom to adopt today's agenda, second by Laurenti. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The agenda's been adopted. Now's the time for general public comment. This is a time for any members of the audience to address the seated committee members up here on any item that is currently not on today's agenda. I currently have no speaker request forms for general public comment. Am I missing anyone for any comments on items not on today's agenda? Seeing none, general public comment is now closed. We're moving on to public comment for consent items. Consent items on today's agenda are 1 through 10. I currently have no speaker request forms for any of the consent items 1 through 10. Am I missing anyone? Seeing none, public comment is now closed. The committee is now considering consent items 1 through 10. Are there any items that any member of the committee would like to pull for separate consideration? The chair would like to recognize Alderman Laurenti.
Thank you, Chair. Items 8 and 9, please.
Thank you. Any other items? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve consent items 1 through 10, except items 8 and 9.
So moved.
Second.
I've got a motion by Laurenti to approve consent items 1 through 10, except items 8 and items 9. Second by Nordstrom. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Consent items 1 through 10, except items 8 and 9, will go to City Council meeting Monday night. Item number 8 is the Resolution 2016-044 to create a position of the Police Administration Coordinator. The Chair would like to recognize Alderman Laurenti.
Thank you, Chair. And I just wanted to pull these items. I did confirm that because the information wasn't on the items or in any of the attached, at least that I read, that they were budgeted for 2016. They are to take effective, I believe, within the next month. Just to let the public know that they were budgeted for, these positions are, and the increase, if there is some for the change in the pay grade on these positions, is budgeted and going to be held within the police budget for 2016 without a supplemental. And so I just wanted to make that clear to the public. And that's on both, so I won't have anything to say on 9. Thank you.
I've got a motion by Lewis to approve item number 8, a second by Nordstrom. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion 8 is approved. Item 9 is a resolution 2016-045 to create the position for Police Technology and Records Manager. And since there's no further comment, I've got a motion by Nordstrom to approve, second by Laurenti. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We are now on to public comment for non-consent items. Non-consent items on today's agenda are items 11 through 14. I do have one speaker request form for item number 12. If Mr. Rex Haig would approach the podium, state your name and your affiliation to the city for the records. Yep, the podium is right over in the corner. And then the committee will gladly hear from you.
Thank you.
On item number 12.
Madam Chairman and members of the committee, on behalf of the Alta Terra, we'd like to ask the committee to continue this item, and during that continued period, we want to make sure and we want to separate out that which is was the amendment to the plan, which we may look at other options for that, versus the revisions to the costs that were also included in there. I think those are separate items, and the revisions certainly, we want to make sure that those are accurate and proper, and those are probably what we would bring back before the committee would be only the revisions at this time. And as far as amending the project plan or doing any of that, we're going to look at other options at this time to see if we can figure out something that work or won't work. But the revisions are clearly separate. They don't require a plan amendment and that type of thing, and so we don't want to get those two issues confused. So we'd ask that it be continued, allow us to do that, and we'll bring it back in either singly or in two separate items.
Thank you, Mr. Hague. I do not have any other further speaker request forms for the non-consent items, 11 through 14. Am I missing anyone from the audience that would like to address the committee on non-consent items? Seeing none, public comment on non-consent items is now closed. The committee will now consider the non-consent items. Items number 11 is to approve a request by the City of Rapid City for the Rapid City Arts Council to consider an application for an amendment to the comprehensive plan by adopting the Experience Rapid City Cultural Plan. This is a draft mode, and I see that we have Sarah up at the podium. Sarah, if you wouldn't mind stating your name, affiliation to the city, and go ahead and give us a briefing.
Yes, good afternoon. Sarah Hansel, Long Range Planning Department. The applicant has requested to continue this item to the second Legal and Finance Committee meeting in July, which would be the July 13th meeting.
Thank you, Sarah. Any committee member willing to offer? I've got a motion by Nordstrom to continue until the second Legal and Finance Committee meeting in July. Second by Laurenti. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We are now on to item 12. I see Patsy joining the podium. Patsy, if you wouldn't mind stating your name and your affiliation to the city, and the committee will listen to what you have to say.
Patsy Horton, Long Range Planning Manager, and the request by the applicant is to continue this item for consideration, and I'm guessing July 13th. That's the second meeting in July.
I've got a motion by Lewis to continue item number 12, which is the Highway 16 sewer, a request by Kent Hague for Ultra Terra Development to consider an application to amend project plan for tax increment district number 70, Highway 16 south of US Highway 16, generally located east of the proposed Highland Crossing subdivision. Got a motion by Lewis to continue to July 13th, Legal and Finance Committee member, second by Laurenti. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 13 is to approve the Transportation Improvement Program Amendment 16-003. I'll entertain, wait. I have Kip Harrington at the podium. Kip, if you wouldn't mind stating your name and your affiliation to the city, and the committee would like to hear what you have to say.
Kip Harrington, Long Range Planning Department. Item number 16, TP014, is the amendment to the 2016-2019 Transportation Improvement Program, and this adds 3 bridge projects and a railroad crossing project to our previous year's TIP. The bridge projects are a result of what's called the Bridge Improvement Grant Funding Opportunity, which is a new grant program from the South Dakota Department of Transportation. Rapid City applied for 3 bridge grants and successfully received those. It's about $590,000 in grant funding, and the city match is approximately $147,500. That'll repair 3 bridges throughout the community.
All right. I do not currently see any lights from any committee members, so
Second.
I've got a motion by Lewis to approve, second by Nordstrom. Any further discussion? Any further questions for Kip? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 14 is to approve the Transportation Improvement Program. This is a draft. And Kip, I believe you indicated on this one that you will be available Monday night to give a briefing to the full council?
That is correct.
Thank you. So if there's any questions, or if the council committee members would like to wait till Monday night, I'll entertain a motion.
Move approved.
I've got a motion by Lewis to approve,
Second.
second by Nordstrom. Kip, we'll see you Monday night.
All right, thank you.
No further discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Move to adjourn.
I've got a motion by Nordstrom to adjourn, second by Laurenti. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you, everyone.